Welcome to episode 8. So I'm over here at the shop. Last episode I was trying to figure out how to autoload pallets, and none of my stuff had autoload. I looked around. There's a Universal Autoload mod, and it turns basically any trailer into autoload. And I thought, that's perfect. Let's try to do it with this trailer. And the issue is, and it doesn't show the line here, but basically it adds this functionality down here, and there's, various different options. But this trailer, it can only single stack pallets. If I change this trailer to a gooseneck, you can see, now I don't know if that's double stack or triple stack, but obviously I can go a lot higher. But for some reason, switching it to bumper pull, it's like, no, you can only single stack. I don't know why. So I don't really like that. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to sell this trailer, which I wasn't crazy about it anyway. I don't like using this truck, and I'll send this guy back to the farm. I don't like using that truck to pull that trailer because that truck, like the bumper's invisible, so it looks funny. So we're going to go ahead and use a trailer that I already had. All right, so this trailer, it is an auto load trailer for bales. I want that off. So I've got it off because I'm going to use the Universal Autoload, which adds that auto load. And as you can see, we can stack stuff really high. I'm going to go ahead and just do like a spread axle because, I don't know, I feel like that is more realistic, and this trailer is going to serve us very well. Send you back to the farm because not only are we going to be able to haul all of our lettuce on it, but we've got our planks and we've got furniture now, and yeah, so I'm pretty happy with that. It is June and we can't do anything. Sorry, that guy just got run over. We can't do anything this month. Everything is still growing. Next month in July, this isn't my fault, I'm not driving. Next month in July, we'll be able to harvest the wheat and the oats. This hoe contract, I could do that. But like I said in previous episodes, we only do contracts if we already have something to do. So, that's lucrative and worth doing, but I don't have anything else to do in this month, honestly. So I'm going to park this trailer and then, I'm going to show you how it auto loads, and then I'm going to skip to next month. So that right there, I think is more lettuce than the other trailer could hold, just because it could only be single stacked with the auto load. Obviously, if I loaded it manually. I'm going to go ahead and park this thing over here out of the way because I know when we skip to next month, I'm fine this month on water. But when I skip to next month, I'll probably want to just drop some water in there again. So I guess this is a fine spot to park this. I'm going to put the semi back over. We're low on money too. When I jump into next month, we're going to go negative, which is kind of a problem. So I really should try to make a little bit of money. We'd be losing $9,000 if we sold lettuce right now to the restaurant, but I don't have any money. We could do planks. We could sell like a planks to the playground or one of those. Yeah, let's do that. So we do need a little bit of money before we can go another month or two. And I just threw 3 of the pallets of the long planks in this truck. And there's a couple different spots around the map where you can sell planks at a very high price, but it doesn't take very many. One of them is the playground up here that's being built. So I don't remember, it takes like 1 pallet or 2 or what. So I just brought 3 and we'll see what it'll take. I took all 3. Pretty sure there's a limit to what it takes. I think it tells me here. All right, I only had 3 more, so I brought all 3. I know it's not going to take all of them, but there's a couple other spots around the map that are paying high prices. So we'll just take what's left. Didn't think you were going to take all of those. Swear it only wanted like 3,000 left. You can't just like infinitely sell stuff here at a increased price, can you? Wheat harvest has begun. I've got the combine in the field right across the street here, and we are dropping straw this time. I remember to turn that on, and I'm going to bring this guy over because I know we're going to have to unload it a couple times. We didn't get 100% yield on this field. My fault. I forgot to roll it, and we didn't spray for weeds in time, so we definitely lost some yield there, but oh well. And I was hoping to be able to get a bigger baler by now to not have to do the little tiny bales of straw, but we don't have the money for that. I could probably find something that's a little bigger, but not the baler I want. So we'll let this wheat harvest go for a little bit here, and then I've still got an oat harvest to do. So why don't we just do a little time lapse here? Okay, I've seen the workers get off course. This guy crossed the river. He was stuck in the trees on this side of the river, and we were in that field. How did he cross the river? I have so many questions. Okay, well, I've had them many times go off course, and I've caught them in the trees at the river, on the side of the river they were already on. I've never had one cross the river. Normally that stops them. I just don't know what happened there. Yeah, and I got tired of, there's so many windrows of straw there, and I'm like, I have a big windrower. It's not doing the course how I wanted it to do the course, but I don't care. It can do whatever it wants as long as it makes way less windrows, and then I'll go back over there and bale it. I should have saved a quartz play course with the combine, which I didn't do, and I didn't do on this next field either. But all right, let's go back here and see where this guy left off. Obviously he hit a tree with the header, I'm sure, and it spun him, and then he just kept going. But how did he cross the river? So you were right there, and you somehow, I can't, just press H. There's nothing even around here to hit, and you would have no reason to turn or stop or anything. You just would have kept going from this point. There's no traffic down here. Okay, this is what I'm talking about. That's way less windrows. So he can go ahead and do his thing, and I'll just drive this a little bit. And I did set the combine on the other field just now to course play, which number one should stop it from running way off the field. But then I can just load that course and set a worker to bale, and I don't have to mess with it. But yeah, that's combining a lot of windrows. That should, because the problem is this baler, I can only go like 6 miles an hour, so I don't want to be over here for half an hour. I'm actually catching up with this guy because he has to go up and down to make one windrow, but I only have to make one path, so don't think we're going to be able to finish this field though. Bale trailer's going to be full by then. All right, now we have to figure out where are we going to put these bales? Where are we going to put these bales? I'm kind of inclined just to put up a little storage shed that's not an auto load thing, or I could put up the auto load thing and then we could just manually stick bales in it, because I'm pretty sure none of them are going to detect that these are these little bales. Give me a sec here. Let me see what I got. Okay, I put this here. I don't think it's going to work with those bales. I really don't. And I'm going to have to adjust my auto drive course, because I know I've got an auto drive course that's going to come through and kind of hit that. And then the water one's probably going to need adjusted. So we're probably going to Maybe need to take that tree down and kind of swing that around. But I'm going to go ahead and drive this over there, and we will test it. Like I said, I'm pretty sure it's not going to work. But when we get the other baler, we'll be able to use that. And we'll be able to use it now. I'll be able to drive in and just manually drop bales in there. But I don't think that this trigger situation is going to do anything for me. Wow, that is causing a tremendous amount of lag doing that. Oh, it did. Look at that. It does work with these bales. Now, can I put 2 different kinds of things in here is the next question. Okay, let's see what this does. Yeah, I didn't quite get them all. It might put them in there, but it's going to bury them in there funny. I have a feeling, but we'll see. Huh, I'm pleasantly surprised this worked. Oh, it just stacked them in there. It's not realistic in that when it's time to get them out that you're burying some behind other ones, but hey. All right, what's going on over here? This guy is done. So I will go ahead real quick. I'm going to grab the rest of those. I don't even need to do that. No, I just need to bring the baler over here and get him started on this. All right, so I got this guy over here. I was able to paste the course from the combine. I should just be able to click play. And yeah, I could bring the windrower over and it would speed this up because right now it's going to take 22 minutes. But I mean, that's fine. He can spend 22 minutes, or I can spend, 10 minutes with the windrower. And yeah, it all kind of works out. So we'll let him do that. And I need to just, I need to fix, well, that's fixed, I guess. I just need to get those bales. I'll probably just use the UTV. I'll grab those bales and get those over there. I'm pretty happy that that works. That was kind of my big thing about the little bales. I still want the bigger baler. Don't get me wrong. I still want the bigger baler, but that makes me happy that that works with the little tiny bales. Oh, and I forgot. We finally hit 100%, and so we have some new cows. We got 3 little babies. So we went from 3 cows to 6 cows. They're back to 10% reproduction. So now we got to wait like basically a whole nother year, and then that'll go. And then when these grow up, then they'll be able to go. And yeah, this probably should have been 2 trips, but I kind of thought, I think I can fit it all in 1 more trip. And it looks like, yes, I could. Okay, that's all of our bales in there. Now that thing says it holds 600 bales. Obviously, that's based on the bigger bales. No, 325 out of 600. So once we hit 600 of the little bales, this will be full. So this thing will be full when it gets to like here. That's another reason to have bigger bales. This guy back. So we got almost 20,000 liters of oats. And we'd be making a lot more money if we had more productions going, right? We could be taking the oats and the wheat, and we could be making different things. And there are, kind of like how I put these little productions over here, there are little productions for like flour and a bakery and stuff, but I'm not going to do all of that. They just don't make that much per day. You don't really get your money back forever. Where am I going? Oh, to the silo. Okay, this will be it for harvest for today, once we get those straw bales in. And we will definitely strive by next year. We want to have a big baler because those little bales are going to fill that building up. Although I can park stuff in the building now, so that's kind of cool. And I think at this point, I just need to wait on this guy to finish. So I will come back once this guy's done. Our grass field is ready to harvest. I think I might have been able to harvest it last month, and I'm not. I'm just not, just because of the bale situation. We've already got so many hay bales, and I don't want to keep stockpiling those little bales. I could mow it and harvest it and sell them. Yeah. I'm going to wait until I have the bigger baler. So we've got that grass field. We could make a bunch of money off of it. Oh, I just don't want to do it and deal with all these little bales. I should, but I don't want to. I kind of want this baler. I think we'll do this find used thing. Not much more to go to the extended. Okay. We'll do that, and we will see if that thing can find us a used one of those. What's going on here, buddy? I don't know why that baler's tracking sideways. All right, this thing's done. There's a couple little spots it missed. For some reason, the way the baler kept kind of angling, I don't know, it just kept doing that. I've never had that problem driving it manually, but I don't know, course plate, something slightly different about it. I'm not sure what could possibly cause that, but the baler kind of tweaks itself at a little bit of an angle and then misses a tiny bit. It's not missing much. So that is that. Technically, that's everything we could do for this month, except we could go and harvest grass. And I forgot to check last month if we could have harvested grass. We might have been able to. So we might have missed 1 month. I'm not super worried about it. The thing is, we have... Oh, hold on. I got to do this, do that. And then, nope. Oh, well. I'm on the wrong trailer. It's part of the problem. Part of the issue is... Yeah, this is almost full. What are we at here? I barely got room for more. So if we went and cut that and made it hay, this would be full. I don't really need any more hay. What we really need is silage. So if I was going to cut that, I really should make it silage. I've got a couple different ways I could make silage between a silage pit or a silo, but I don't think I can afford a silo. So let's have a little look-see here. Because I know I've got... Out of curiosity, how big is that? I mean, that would fit there pretty good, wouldn't it? Yeah, we're not going to be able to afford that. That's an old style one, and that's 50 grand. That's a modern one. Definitely won't be able to afford that. I guess we're going to do this. Okay, we've got a silage pit. Now I need to get the grass over here. And I really need a forage wagon for that, but I don't think I can afford that. And I don't know which one I would actually want because I don't need a huge one. So even if I was buying one long term, would I want that one or would I want this one? Probably I would want this one, I guess. Gosh, it's so small though. Give me a second to think about finances because I would have to sell like all the lettuce. Oh, I'd have to sell it at a loss though. Well, I'm not sure what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and mow. And one of the cool things with this mower is it can also swath. I haven't needed to do that because we've had to make hay, so we've had to ted it. But if I'm going to use a forage wagon to pick it up somehow, I can just go ahead and swath it. So I will go ahead and mow and then... I'm tempted to just lease the forage wagon, but it's like, man, I only need like 10,000. I only need 10,000. To buy the one I want. Plus we need technically, I guess, a little more than that. Oh, you've still got that course plate course loaded over here. We don't need that. Let me consider how I'm going to get like $10,000, but I'll go ahead and mow all this and then I don't have to really do much else except figure out how we're going to pick it up. What's that saying? You got to spend money to make money. I don't know if that's a good saying or not, but it's definitely a saying. So I've got 3 pallets of the long planks and yeah, I think we could sell those and that'll get enough. I don't want to keep using the semi though, or using the grain truck. And I have the ability to put a flatbed on the back of this. So we might as well. And it's got auto load. So it's going to be able to auto load pallets for us. But you know, when we just need to take a few pallets, I don't want to use the semi. And I think this is worth $3,500. So we'll go ahead and buy this. Now I'm not for sure if my 5th wheel is going to stick up through that. I feel like it's probably going to. So I might need to go turn the 5th wheel off. Oh. Maybe it auto hides. Okay. This is actually like a much better use of a top kick, by the way, than putting that giant grain thing on it. All right, so we should be able to go back. We should be able to auto load some pallets. And this, I don't know, this makes me, I'm smiling right now because it's like, oh, we can load up a few pallets and go do a delivery. Yeah, that makes way more sense than using the giant semi. Now the semi is when you got like 30 pallets that have to go somewhere, but I don't think spending $3,500 on that was too bad. And as long as that playground wants to keep buying my long planks for $7,000 when nobody else will pay that, I mean, who am I? I do need to be careful here because those logs are technically pallets. Let's just go way back here. I don't want to get too close to those logs. Okay, let's see if this guy still buys stuff, even though he shouldn't. Oh yeah, he did. Okay, let's go sell our furniture. I don't know why the playground just keeps buying wood, but whatever. And we'll go back here and sell our 1 pallet of furniture. That gives us plenty of money to buy the forage harvester. Did I take a wrong turn? Pretty sure I'm going the wrong direction. I am. Okay, I didn't fake this. I backed out to the main menu because I wanted to download a couple mods and get me some more forage wagon options. And this one just came up for sale. It's a little big. And I don't quite have the money. But wow, that's pretty good price. I brought the front loader over here. We'll think about that. That's funny though. I brought the front loader over here because we're going to need a bucket. And I think the manure fork works with the silage, but it's only 1,000 liters. That bucket's only 1,000 liters. That's 2,300, but that's an incredibly expensive bucket. Yeah, so I think now that's a big bucket, okay? Yeah, give me braces in there. That's a big bucket. We have a really big tractor. This is a very large tractor with a very large front loader. So, you know, I'm okay with it having a pretty big bucket. And silage is not, digging into silage doesn't require like a tremendous amount of force. You know, you're not digging into the ground. So the question is on the forage wagon. Wow, that big one's on sale. All right, I went ahead and took some lettuce, and we will just send this guy to the restaurant. And I'm not going to sell all the lettuce because we are losing money on selling lettuce, but I think it makes sense. I don't know why you're so far over to the right. I guarantee that's not where the auto drive course is. It is, but that doesn't make sense. Oh, that's the auto drive course that goes to the right. You're on the wrong one. That's the problem. Anyways, so we'll send this guy over to the restaurant and we'll sell some of the lettuce. I feel way better about sending this to the restaurant too instead of the full semi. And we'll just keep as much as we can. This will get us enough money that we can buy that. I think it's worthwhile. Yeah, we're losing money on lettuce, but we're saving a huge amount on that forage wagon. So I think we still come out way ahead. Okay, that sold the lettuce. Send that guy back to the farm. That gets us just enough to get this. I can't really change anything. I don't need to change anything. Yeah, having a cover would be cool, but not for $9,000. You know, the silage additive tank, that'd be cool, but I don't really need it, I don't think, because, we could add it later. That's right. And that should get me enough money to make it till tomorrow. All right, let's go back over here. Man, that's a big front loader. I don't know why it's so big even on this tractor, because like I guess it doesn't go that far down. You can't pick it up that much, but I don't know. Just seems kind of ridiculous. Okay, and we will send this guy back to the farm. So that will get us, we'll be able to pick up the grass, we'll be able to take it to the silage pit, dump it in the silage pit. That silage pit should work really well because it's got a back wall, so I can just back up and dump. This tractor, because it's so big and has so many wheels, should be pretty good at compacting. And then we can tarp it and we'll make some money. Okay, and we've got plenty big enough of a tractor to pull this. I don't have any idea how much grass is on the ground. I don't know if I don't think I'll be able to get all of it. I'm going to guess we'll fill up and we'll have to go dump and then come back, because I do have quite a lot of grass over there. But we'll see. And this doesn't yield as well because this isn't like a field where we fertilized. But we'll just, let's do a little time lapse here and see how much grass we get out of this. All right, we got almost 90,000 liters there. That's more than I expected. Can I see? Yeah, so we're at 1% compacting. And like I said, I'm pretty sure this tractor should be pretty decent at compacting. I tried to kind of leave myself a little ramp. Yeah, we're getting several percent. I want to try to not let it get out of the front of the silo, so I need to kind of go back and forth in here and not exit all the way out. A little bit longer of a silo would be easier, but all right, well, I will just drive back and forth a whole bunch of times. Let's time lapse this, I guess. All right, it's so hard. You end up having to push it way back, and I did it and then literally just undid what I did, and I'm like, whatever. So there's a little bit of grass out here, and I tried to use the bucket and fix that, and I wish they would fix this. I've had ones in the past where, yeah, it'll go up to the edge, but then it'll be out here. So I guess this one keeps it all inside, which is nice. I don't know why someone doesn't make this just like this, but then just make the concrete a lot thicker so the concrete comes to there and then you just don't see that. But anyways, that's just me nitpicking. All right, so that will give us 90,000 liters of silage, and once we get it, of course, we'll be able to use our big bucket on our big front end loader and load it. I mean, we could load it. I think we'd be able to load it into those trucks. We could also load it into that. We've got options. I can technically put a dump truck on that. I think that's all there is to do this month. Let me double check, and then we'll probably end the episode. Yeah, looks like that's it. All right, we will go ahead and end the episode here. I'm going to basically be out of money at the beginning of next month, and we're going to have to rent. We've got the corn. We've got the corn header there on the combine. We'll be able to harvest this cornfield, put that in the silo. And then we've got 3 fields of green beans. So we're going to have to rent the green bean harvester, and that's going to be pretty expensive. So unfortunately, I'm probably going to have to sell some more lettuce or some more planks or something. Hopefully I can sell planks because I actually do pretty good price-wise. I'm trying not to sell the lettuce because I'm definitely losing money right now as opposed to holding the lettuce until the price goes up. But, you know, it is what it is. And then at some point, we'll be able to get that silage out of there. Now, I got to keep some of it because we're going to take that silage and our hay and our straw and make TMR, and the cows are going to do a lot better on that. But I'll be able to sell a bunch of the silage. I'm going to need some kind of TMR mixer too as well soon. Ooh, there's a lot to do, All right, see you guys next time.